Hello everybody, it's Nick here from the Spartan Trade Academy, and we are going to do a weekly outlook. I have a few pairs on my watch list. Of course there are others that are moving, but I want to discuss a few classic ones and some pairs that many of our students also trade. Look for some opportunities and management and all the important stuff. So we start with the Euro US dollar, like always, or like mostly. We're watching this pair because the classic one, our horizontal resistance is very far. Still, price went down, finding already some lows. There was more room, about 100 pips, but price actually, found a lot of support. Then we had NFP, non-farm payrolls, I guess, Friday. It made the market jump up a little bit, so it looks like it's going to retrace, create a short 1, 2, 3. We don't know if that will happen exactly on this weekly chart, but we can see this range that appeared here. And after the break, we had nice shorts to target about 500-600 pips here. On the daily chart, you'll see what happened. What happened here, price really reacted fast, and we had like a 450 pips move, which is not normal anymore. Usually price doesn't move that fast anymore during NFP, but it happened again. So great. I mean, great if you wanted to go long. And we had also swing shorts running that had to be managed because price did not break the lows. But that's how it is, right? So now we have to check the 4-hourly chart. You can see all the lower lows and lower highs, and then suddenly, boom. And now it's of course relaxing, and we'll see on Monday if that was fake, if it comes all down, or if it will like just retrace a little bit more and then move higher. If it moves higher, the 633 for now is our resistance area on the daily. Remember the 200 EMA, so price could actually move up another 200 plus pips before finding the 200 and the resistance line, the previous support line. We'll see. Right now, we cannot say anything because we really need to see what this pair does on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, so it could be that it's starting to range a little bit, so don't be too hasty and looking for positions, because that was really fast and broke up. It moved up like that, so don't be too hasty. Okay, just wait. Australian dollar, US dollar. We didn't have the short scenario last week. The week before last week we had this already, so we had the long scenario. We got this 1, 2, 3 on the daily. Price moved up, finding now the horizontal resistance. So again here, if you check your 4-hourly chart, we had a bounce on the 36 EMA, 100 pips move, and then it's again actually where it was before. There's no difference, and because we had this, you see, that's what we were waiting for. It happened. It just happened a little bit later. Here, retracement back to the 36. Ideally, I get this question often: why back to the 36? Because it's just, if the market moves smooth and not too fast, the 36 retracement in a trend is usually a 50% or 60% retracement minimum. In combination with a trend line, sometimes price gets back to this line, sometimes not. It is a good retracement, so market breathing in, breathing out, retracing nicely, and then moving higher to find the next resistance area. So we had horizontal resistance plus the 633 here. First touch, like always, usually is a bounce. Price bounced, came back, didn't stop at the 36, but actually moved down to the 200, which also is okay and made sense because we had 1, 2, 3 touches, and the extension of those ended up at the 200, and price just wanted to find the support, right? So then it went up steep, created 1, 2, 3, started to range, touched the horizontal resistance on the weekly and daily, and it's really getting close to the 36 EMA on the weekly chart, and that is the part where we have to watch closely. So you don't want to get in right now anymore, no longs, nothing, until the price really either breaks it and you get setups over here, or it will bounce in this area, come back to support to the 36 EMA, you can then extend the line, and if the price retraces, breathing in, breathing out, and stops here and bounces in this area, then you want to look for some entries here. Only day trading wise, to make sure the entry from the entry, the distance to resistance is covered. Like if you have like a 5-minute setup or something with a 20 pips stop, then you know, okay, 70-80 pips target is a good thing. Now you don't want to take this on a daily chart because it is too close to resistance, right? So in this area, if the price bounces, you can look for longs, and if the price later on breaks, you just keep the position, the remaining position running, and target, of course, the next area of previous support now acting as resistance. Okay. USD yen, we got this lower time frames. We didn't really get a new setup, just a little bounce on the 12 EMA like here. It did not follow through. It came back down almost to the 36. So again, you can see it's kind of ranging here. You can actually take your lines from here to here, yeah, and say, okay, if the price stays in here, I don't touch anything. If price moves out, this line doesn't exist anymore. If price moves out of this zone, then I can look maybe for intraday setups to target the previous highs here up to the spike. So it doesn't look that great right now. Wouldn't be too, you know. Let's just wait. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, weekly. If you check this, you'll see we had a break here, and then the price created 1, 2, 3. So if you didn't like that, now it looks like this. It's the same thing. Price broke already the 36, so for sure it's up. Next real high or resistance area, powerful resistance area, the previous support's down here, a little bit here maybe where the price is right now, but the next one would be, of course, all those touches between here and here. We'll leave it somewhere there, about 200 points. Later on, the highs up here, and of course the peaks much later on. That means, okay, weekly huge 1, 2, 3, very, very nice, but we need now something. The daily is already going, so we'll take a time before we get 1, 2, 3s here. A 4-hourly chart is in charge. We had already the entries, the first entries. Now if you didn't catch the first ones, you have to use your filter. Yeah, this week charts are not that easy compared to last week, some of the charts, and this is over already, so there's nothing you can do. You want to wait for this retracement, and if the price retraces, this is your profit zone. That's the area where you want to look for bounces and trade the longs if it's bouncing, because if it doesn't, you don't touch anything until the price retraces back to this line on the daily. Yeah, it's always like from the higher to the lower time frame, always the top down approach, don't forget it. And then you target this area and do this in combination with the lower time frames in this area. Don't touch it, it's already moving too fast, unless you want to scalp or day trade in between and you get another retracement to the 36. That looks nice. The main trend comes from the 4-hourly. If the price retraces to here or here and you think it's good enough for you to trade a bounce and day trade it, yes, why not? You know what to look for. Okay, New Zealand dollar yen, same story. 4-hourly chart bounced, went up, a little bit fake, came back down to test the 36, and then it moved up. So the same story here. 36 retracement ideally is what we want. Let the price retrace back to here ideally before you touch anything. And then on the daily chart, because it's already at the 633, horizontal resistance everywhere. If it breaks that, great, and let it go. You have already the resistance area right now in this area. If it moves higher, the next area would be the 86 area. Okay. GBP JPY bounces, again bouncing, but there's not much volatility on the weekly. You see the daily looks rangy. We don't like that when we trade. There's no real direction at that point, so what do? We draw some lines that make sense and say, okay, now what? If I have to draw like a line here and a line there and a line here, it's not good. Yeah. So what we really need to see is something, a little bit volatility in either like down or up, meaning let the price really break this. And if that happens, then you can still look for the 4-hourly chart setups. Use lower time frames to enter. You see all the EMAs stuck here together. That's never good to trade in this area. So we need to see the price creating a nice 1 to 3. I would combine it only with lower time frames, or don't even touch this pair right now because others are just looking nicer. New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We had this higher low. Price did not move lower. Then we had NFP. Look at this, boom, price went up. You can see it on the 4-hourly. Again, the same story. Retracement back to the 36, to the 12 here, and then fake bouncing on the 633 again, coming back to the 36. So what do you need now? Another 1 to 3. Okay, if you don't have this, you don't want to trade at all. Euro Australian dollar, there we go. 1 to 3s again, back to the 36. So this line, the volatility line, the 12 was in charge, has changed. You have to change the angle of the line now from down here closer to the 36 EMA and see what happens here. If it breaks this, of course, then we start looking for longs on the 4-hourly and 1-hourly. If it bounces, then of course we continue and try some shorts. The problem I wouldn't say, but the thing here is the extension of that, right? So if the price comes down, it will find support here, or latest down here close to the 633 in combination with those lows. Okay, just don't ignore that. We'll see. USD yen is not as nice right now to trade. It's too rangy on the daily chart, up and down and up and down. We did do that already, didn't we? There we go. Okay. And GBP New Zealand dollar. I had the chart twice here. Let me get rid of one. GBP New Zealand dollar. Yes, powerful trend. Yes, powerful bounce. Price went up about 1,200 pips, but it's still pushing. You can see that on the weekly chart. Now on the daily, we got our opportunities after the break of the line here on the 4-hourly and 1-hourly, where there were nice setups to take the shorts. Again, one here, another one here. So it was really like almost free money on the shorts. Exactly the same thing that happened before in September, now happening again. Same 1 to 3s, looking after this daily trend line, looking really powerful. Of course, there was a lot of support on the EMAs, but it broke the line, and that's the only thing we need as a reason to take the shorts. More here. Price retraced. If you manage it on the 4-hourly chart, you should be in. Exactly what you need now is another setup. Yeah, you cannot get in. Don't chase it. Wait for the price to get back to here. You want to see the price moving back to the profit zones, and then you trade. So one little advice, especially when you're new to this, or you don't have the skills for the basic Spartan system, make sure you don't trade too many pairs at once. Don't focus on 20 charts. Okay, choose 2 or 3 that really look like they're trending pairs, and try to get good at 1 or 2 pairs. Every pair behaves differently. Don't risk like, oh, I lost 5 trades because you traded on 5 pairs at the same time and they all went in the wrong direction. Of course, then you can also lose 20 like that. You can also win 20 like that. It doesn't mean anything. Just focus on a few pairs, choose 1 or 2 pairs, try to get all the good setups, and then you start feeling how things work. I'll give you an example. Here's one of our members in our Facebook group. Kamal is especially kind of new to what we do, and he managed to get in on a nice looking chart like the Euro Australian dollar, right? 1 2 3s, 1 2 3s. So after the break of the line, 1 2 3s again, and 800 pips for the remaining lot means you need a lot of patience. How many days? You can see it's like 3 weeks running and running, especially when you're new to it. Not everybody can has the patience to actually do that and say, okay, I'll just stay in. But those are the rules. And what happens? You stay in a swing trade like this. I think there's another one with about 700 pips. Again, you see the 4-hourly charts, many days. So what happens? You get used to the behavior of a trending pair. And if a pair is trending smoothly and respecting the 36, and you get your 50-60% retracements, those are the pairs you want to focus on. There's a little trap, because you do it once or twice, you see like 800 plus 700, you have a 1,500 pip trade running or something like that. Of course, we sometimes think, oh great, I'm the man. Don't forget why or what exactly happened. Usually those things happen when you trade on a pair that actually looks beautiful, nice and sexy on the chart. If you have a spiky, funny looking chart, usually you don't get that lucky, right? So you really need to do the top down approach. Make sure you have the smooth up trends. After the range, you have a break of the line, you have smooth 1 2 3s, you have good goals and targets. Then it starts working. The more you follow the rules and identify good charts, the luckier you're going to get. And it really doesn't matter that much, about the entries, and everybody's saying, oh yeah, I tried and then once or twice and 3 times, and it's for some reason it doesn't work, and I get nervous. It doesn't matter how many times you try. If you get the good trade, even if you've done mistakes, if you get the good setups, the good trades, and you get used to stay in, so your mind is not playing games with you, it will be very profitable long term. Often the mistake is, people get in, they get out, they lose a couple of times, they lose confidence immediately. You don't want to trade only for a day or 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. Try to learn a pattern of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pairs nicely, to make sure you understand what this pair is doing, and then find the good entries, even if you don't get many. But if it's trending, you will make a lot out of that, and you will filter out a lot of noise. Just a little advice. Okay, that was it for today. See you still next week. We have another live session for our complete and elite members. Jeff is going to give you some mental boost before the vacations and holidays, and we're also doing another what's it called, a Q&A, question and answer session the week afterwards, and then you should be set to start really powerful in 2016. Okay, also don't forget, guys, on our website we have our Las Vegas live event in February, and we still have seats there, so it would be great to meet you all there. Just go to the website and to SpartanTraderFX.com and check it out, please. Okay, see you soon, and bye for now.